The nation is still in the dark about the gruesome killing of elephants through cyanide poisoning. Surprisingly, politicians like Jonathan Moyo and Xavier Kasupere swept the matter under the carpet, and all that remained was just a mystery. The former Minister of Tertiary Education, Professor Jonathan Moyo, laments to the world day and night that political persecution forced him to flee from Zimbabwe. This crew then decided to investigate Cholocho, his former constituency, where he has been doing great projects like erection of 4 tower lights, although they are no longer functional. Interestingly, these tower lights were seized from Chitungwiza under the strict orders from the professor, who justified the appropriation by reflecting that the latter is an MDC stronghold that deserves total darkness.
Kulama tower light akhona khonapha eCholocho nguJonathan wasosayo akhathesi mbonazana asasebenzi.
It is through this investigation tour that the crew unearthed the stadium gate, a hidden but serious corruption scandal. It has been revealed that the owner of Cholocho Football Club, Mr. Mandla Manyatela, came up with an idea of building a stadium in Cholocho. He says he then went on to ask for land to build the stadium with his own funds. Unfortunately, he was denied, but later saw the concept being implemented by politicians who were clueless about football matters, and it all crumbled down.
The day the council, the stadium was taken from the council, konke kwahle wafa.
Wayeseqalisile ungazana ufuna ukungenela ukuthi yakhe esasengilotsi. Ngesikhathi uLotsi ezama ukuqalisa okwakha wasesitotshwa ngesikhathi uprofessor sengenela.
The disheartened Mr. Manyatela has since quit all football matters until these issues are clarified. Upon researching, it emerged that Professor Jonathan Moyo connived with David Coulthard to hijack the stadium project. The two became unusual bedfellows in a union that spelled doom for the entire Cholocho community and Zimbabwe at large.
David Coulthard, I don't know the relationship that he has with Jonathan, but he was brought in here in Cholocho by Professor Jonathan Moyo. They came together in the sense that he got the tender for constructing the stadium under the influence of Jonathan Moyo. So I don't know what happened with Coulthard and him, Jonathan Moyo, for not building the stadium, but he got the tender from Jonathan Moyo, through Jonathan Moyo.
Jonathan Moyo made a controversial plea to the then Minister of Environment, Xavier Kasupere. He requested for 60 elephants to finance the construction of the Cholocho Stadium. 14 beasts were immediately shot and sold.
Jonathan wacela indlovu kumbe zingu-60 ukuthi nana stadium lesisakhiwo.
Indlovu sezichayiwe ekansilini lapha eCholocho, but izimali zazingasabonakali ukuthi zihamba njani.
The money was channeled towards other destinations, personal coffers of professors who claimed to be ministers working hard towards the welfare of people.
Awulanto eyafakwayo was only ifence eyivele kade khona, but imali zakhona zaya ngokuphelela kubo professor nabothemba yibo bakwazi ukuthi zahamba njani, but masikhangela ku forest audit imali zakhona zasuka lezindlela zazingala written document ukuthi zisayinwa zisiya senzani okungaphathisa i-stadium, but imali zazisayinwa.
As the youth, we are much concerned about the underdevelopment of the stadium. As you can see, there are only fence after 20 elephants that were killed for the construction of the stadium. We only got that fence and the toilets, but at the end of the day we didn't get anything.
The residents of Cholocho are extremely bitter and have come guns blazing, demanding to see the professor brought to book for his past criminal issues.
Want the stadium and they will want it.
The stadium lesana siyasifuna sibe khona like yesterday as soon as yesterday sifuna sibe khona istadium sana siyacela lokhu kuyikucela bayo.
Right now, we've got a demonstration that we are going to make towards the construction of the stadium. Every day we'll demonstrate.
Professor Jonathan Moyo is a wanted man even in Kenya for a crime committed in 2000. $6 million is said to have disappeared from the coffers of the American charity organization Ford Foundation. The Zimbabwe Republic Police are on the lookout for Jonathan Moyo, who's accused of siphoning $400,000 from ZimDef. Attempts to arrest him in 2016 hit a snag as the then-President Robert Gabriel Mugabe ordered Zimbabwe's Anti-Corruption Commission to let the professor walk scot-free.
Jonathan was appointed by the president, and you must know that.
In November 2017, Zimbabweans marched against the Mugabe regime, from which Jonathan Moyo was a chief beneficiary. It is at that point that the professor packed his bags and left the country. However, calls by Zimbabweans to have Professor extradited are becoming louder every day.
Jonathan Moyo, he must come and explain to us why he came here, took the stadium from the council, and he didn't build the stadium. He's responsible for the killings of the elephants. He has to come and explain to us why the elephants were killed in the Agula Stadium.
From this background, the question remains: is the professor's flight from Zimbabwe a case of persecution or prosecution?